University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and this is my story. I was born on December 16th, 1989, to a very tiny little town in Greenback, Tennessee, to a very wonderful Christian home. And I was really blessed with great parents that loved God and loved each other well, and have loved me and supported me in everything that I've done. Growing up, I really had just a really normal, happy childhood. Growing up in church, going to church every time the doors were open, and just really loved going to vacation Bible schools with my friends during the summer when I was young. But one summer, the summer of 1996, at my home church's vacation Bible school was when I really realized my need for Jesus. Even though I was really young, I still realized just how separated I was from Him, and that it didn't matter that I went to church or my parents went to church, but there was nothing I could do to be perfect like He was. And so I realized that I needed Him to come and forgive me of my sins, because He had just lived a perfect life, and He cared enough and loved me enough, even though He knew I would mess up, to just come to earth and die for me. And so I realized then that that's what I wanted my life to be about. And so I made that decision when I was 6, and because I was so young, though, my life didn't really visibly change at that moment. I still continued going to church and just growing up. And I loved Jesus, but I never really took a lot of time just to study His Word or really develop my relationship. So going into high school, I really started to become kind of obsessed with being the perfect person and having the perfect grades and being involved in all the right things and playing sports. And I really made my idol myself, and my friendships that I had and a relationship that I had really took precedence in my life. But I quickly learned when that relationship ended just how much I needed Jesus' perfect love, and how people can let you down and can break your heart, but Jesus, He loves us even though we forget Him sometimes. And so through that I learned a lot just about how merciful He is and how willing He is to love us, even though I tended to just put Jesus in a box only when I thought I needed Him for big things. So I learned a lot through that, and then leaving high school I was still really prideful and really concerned about myself and everything that I was accomplishing. So by the time I got to college, I went from being like a really big fish in a small pond of Greenback, Tennessee, to kind of being a really amoeba in the ocean of college. And so it was the first time I had to kind of form my own identity leaving home, because everyone at home knew me and knew who I was and who they expected me to be. So when I got to college, it was the first time I really had to decide for myself who I wanted to be. And so I started looking for friends, and I joined a campus Christian organization called Campus Crusade for Christ, and it quickly went from a social venue to more of just a really life-changing atmosphere of other believers that just really lifted me up and helped me to grow in my faith. I can say that even though I've been growing a lot in the past few years of college, I still struggle with being a really prideful and independent person. And it wasn't until this summer, coming on a summer project with Campus Crusade, that I've really learned a lot about myself and my pride. And God literally had to close some doors to nudge me in this direction. I'm so thankful to be here and thankful to be just learning a lot about Him and just how He's been breaking my heart more for things that bring Him glory instead of bringing me glory. So I'm definitely still in process here and still growing and learning a lot, but I'm really excited to see what God's got in store for me next.